there was a little bit of confusion on how this word is spelled. R-A-P-T-U-R. It is pronounced. After further checking the dictionary, consulting the Oxford Dictionary, it seems to me it is pronounced as rapture. Rap as in R-A-P, the one who, who were rapping, Eminem, Mike Shinoda, rap. The way you spell the rap is the same as this rap over here. So I would prefer to pronounce it as rapture compared to rupture, which I would think rupture refers to R-U-P-T-U-R-E. Yeah. So this is rapture, PT. Let's read this paragraph again. Initial application of mind. We are exploring the 5 factors and how it looks like. Initial application of mind does the work of directing the mind to the object. It takes the mind, lifts it up, and drives it into the object the way one drives a nail through a block of wood. This done, sustained application of mind anchors the mind on the object, keeping it there through its function of examination. To clarify the difference between these 2 factors, initial application is compared to the striking of a bell. Sustained application to the bell's reverberations. And so every morning, 7:30, you'll hear the bell. Tang! And so the initial tang is the initial application of mind. Tang. Yeah. But the reverberations, tang, the echo, that is the sustained application of mind. Yeah. This is the analogy that's given in the text. Rapture, the 3rd factor, is the delight and joy that accompany a favorable interest in the object. While happiness, the 4th factor, is the pleasant feeling that accompanies successful concentration. Since rapture and happiness share similar qualities, they tend to be confused with each other, but the 2 are not identical. The difference between them is illustrated by comparing rapture to the joy of a weary desert farer who sees an oasis in the distance. Happiness to his pleasure when drinking from the pond and resting in the shade. The 5th and final factor of absorption is one-pointedness, which has the pivotal function of unifying the mind on the object. Footnotes number 62, see Visuddhimagga, chapter 4, page 88 until 109. Okay, any of you would like to comment or question? Okay, if not, let's continue reading. Sister Aikim, would you like to read?
When concentration is developed, these 5 factors spring up and counteract the 5 hindrances. Each adoption factor opposes a particular hindrance. Initial application of mind to its work of lifting the mind up to the object counters dullness and drowsiness. Sustained application by anchoring the mind on the object, drives away doubt. Rapture shuts out ill will. Happiness excludes restlessness and worry. And one-pointedness counters sensual desire, the most alluring inducement to distraction. Thus, with the strengthening of the absorption factors, the hindrances fade out and subside. They are not yet eradicated. Eradication can only be affected by wisdom, the third division of the path, but they cannot be reduced to a state of quiescence, I can't read this word, where they cannot disrupt the forward movement of concentration.
Thanks, Sister IQ. Okay, these 5 factors, this text says, counteract the 5 hindrances, 1 to 1. Each absorption factor opposes a particular hindrance. Initial application of mind, through its work of letting the mind to the object, will counters dullness and drowsiness. Yeah. The order is not exactly 1 to 1, but the factor that it counters is 1 to 1. Sustained application, by anchoring the mind on the object, drives away doubt. Rapture shuts out ill will. Happiness helps to counter restlessness and worry. And one-pointedness counters sensual desire. The most alluring inducement to distraction. Yeah, sensual desire. You guys agree? In my experience, yeah, it does seem so. I mentioned several times during meditation, the thoughts of food, having a food arises. Sensual desire. Thus, with the strengthening of the observation factor, the hindrances fade out and subside. They are not yet eradicated, because eradication is the work of wisdom, the third division of the path. But with these 5 absorption factors, the 5 hindrances reduce to a state of quiescence. Okay, let's see how we spell this word.
Quiescence.
Quiescence. Sometimes also quiescence. The meaning is inactivity or dormancy.
Quiescence.
Quiescence. The state of quiescence or quiescence, where they cannot disrupt the forward movement of concentration. Okay. Sister Akim, would you like to nominate the next person to read?
Sister Somi, thank you.
Sister Shomei, are you here? Okay. You need to unmute, sorry.
Sorry, I was away. At the same time that the hindrances are being overpowered by the jhana factors inwardly, on the side of the object too, certain changes are taking place. The original object of concentration, the preliminary sign, is a gross physical object. In the case of a kasina, it is a disc representing the chosen element of color. In the case of mindfulness of breathing, the touch sensation of the breath, etc. But with the strengthening of concentration, the original object gives rise to another object called the learning sign, Uga Nimitta. For a kasina, this will be a mental image of the disc seen as clearly in the mind as the original object was with the eyes. For the breath, it will be a reflex image arising from the touch sensation of the air currents moving around the nostrils. My goodness, I don't understand what I'm reading.
Okay, thanks, Sister Shirley. Okay, let's see if we can decipher this paragraph. The previous paragraph, we deal with the 5 hindrances when the 5 factors of absorptions are gaining strength on the side of the object. Okay, initially it was on the side of our own mind, the 5 hindrances, but on the side of the object, certain changes are taking place. The original object of concentration, the preliminary sign, is a gross physical object. Let's take, for example, a kasina, a disc representing choose an element or a color. Let's say you focus on the blue kasina. In the case of mindfulness of breathing, the touch sensation of the breath. With the strengthening of the concentration on the original object, gives rise to another object called the learning sign, ugraha nimitta. For a kasina, this will be a mental image of the disc seen as clearly in the mind. Initially with a kasina, you open your eyes and then you take a look at the object in front of you. Blue disc, blue color disc. You know? This is what you see in your eyes, and it was clear enough with your eyes. But when your concentration gets stronger, whatever you see in your eyes, the blue disc, it should be seen as clearly inside your mind. No? What does that mean? It means that even if you close your eyes, you will be able to see the object in your mind, in your imagination, as clearly as when you open your eyes and you see the blue disc. This is what I understand by this line. What do you think, Shomi?
Yeah, I think I have to digest it separately.
Okay, yeah. For this last line, when I read this, I also have some question. What does it mean by reflex image arising from the touch sensation? I don't have a clear answer for now. Any of you have an idea?
Yeah, I have been using my breath for meditation for quite a while, and I find that if you concentrate a bit longer, you can actually feel the air moving inside. You can feel the heat and the coldness of the air, but then after a while it just goes off, and like there's no feeling, and then it come back again. Yeah, it is a very good object for me to concentrate on. And also the other one that I concentrate is my thoughts. When my thoughts come up, I reflect on that and meditate on that, and the thought simply goes away. Yeah, that's my experience.
Okay, thanks for sharing, Sister Choi Kwan. Yeah, we can also fall back to whatever Luang Por Viradamo mentioned. Just stay with the awareness, the quality of the awareness. Don't focus too much on the object. Yeah, at least that's what I learned from him. Okay, anyone else would like to add? If you don't really get it, what we have been reading, don't worry, you are probably not alone. For now, it's good to read just for informational purposes rather than for a real practical purposes, unless you have meditate consistently and persistently and you have reached this part, and you really want to know or verify your experience, in which case I would highly recommend you to seek out a qualified meditation teacher. Okay. Any comments from any of you? If not, we can wrap up slightly earlier today, 5 minutes earlier. If we continue, I think all your minds will be overloaded. What am I reading today? Okay, if not, let's do a dedication. 愿消三障除烦恼，愿得智慧真明了。普愿罪障悉消除，实是常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a rapturous Tuesday ahead. Thanks everyone for joining today. I'll see you guys again next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.